Good morning, beloved collective. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to give this disclaimer. This is what I look like most of the time. I'm currently, not forever, but I'm currently solo momming. And so of two under 4, just turned 4. So you can imagine this is what I look like. Okay, I don't always look good. I don't always have time to put myself together in this 3D way, but that doesn't mean, okay. I'm gonna get right into it because I got the nudge this morning. So the way that the nudge started was, well, first of all, thank you, Most High. Thank you, Divine Team. Thank you for bringing this message to whoever it's meant to encounter. I trust that you will, and let it be so. And we give thanks. We give so much thanks. We give so much thanks for the dream life that's already available to us. And we give thanks for all of the directions and like the guidance that allows us to actually tune in and tap into that divine existence that's meant for each of us. And it's different for everybody. That's the thing that religion, I think, limits a lot of the time, and not all of religion, but just some facets of some religion, is that it will box you in, feeling like if you look different than your neighbor, or if your spirituality is, you know, not never even really added up to me, because I'm like, well, anyway, we won't go there. We're not going to go in there. But the point is that you are allowed to be your divine self here and now. And in fact, we need you to be your divine self here and now. And the way that you know you're being your divine self is that the fruits of the spirit will abound. As in, you know, gentleness, kindness, like those are the things that come through. But at the same time, also like having healthy boundaries, not being a slave. Like, it's not slavery actually to be your divine self. It's actually freedom. So this has come through multiple times this morning. So just maybe activate currently, like maybe you want to take this as a meditation. Maybe you want to close, you know, like get into the activating of your third eye right now as I speak. I don't know if that resonates with you. Go for it, because this is new news to me as we speak. New dimensions. Okay, new dimension. So, oh, wow. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm having a whole moment. So, it's warm, it's summer currently in where I am as I'm recording this, but remember that time is not linear, it is spherical. Therefore, there is no, so whenever you're coming upon this, you don't have to think that it's only relevant if you happen to see it right when I released it. It's relevant whenever you come upon it in your timeline. So I was thinking about opening the doors in my house while I have the windows open, because it's early in the morning and it's still cool. So I was like, oh, I should open up the doors because it will create this ability for flow, this airflow. And then the nudge was spiritually, oh, now I'm getting levels. So there's different levels. So we have the ability through our free will to initiate all sorts of things. And one of the things, it was like the nudge was opening up your channels spiritually to allow divinity to flow. Think about it. It's the same idea as light. When you have a light on in a room, but you shut the door, you know, if the rest of the house is dark and the room that has the light on and the door is shut, then you cannot, that light is not reaching. The light is not able to reach. Excuse me as I wipe my nose. I don't know, was I just crying or am I about to cry? I don't remember. So anyway, so the new, okay, so here's the thing too, a principle thing. If it's in your being, and if it is something you can do naturally without any additional resources, I would like to believe, and I choose to believe, that the creator of the universe is able to access you and also to work through that modality. So for example, breath work. Some people are very afraid of breath work, and I'm like, why? Like, think about all of the references in spirituality to breath, the Ruach HaKodesh. Like, why are we all of a sudden so put off by our own breath and the different capacities that it would have to transform us? Like, it's wild to me that we have gotten so afraid that we are afraid even of our own breath. Okay, so that's probably not you. Chances are, if you're here, it's probably not you, but that's just an example. Same with the third eye concept. If I can access like a part of myself through a practice, something that might have been stolen from me over time. How many of us witnessed something in the last several years that was a major hijack of truth, a major betrayal of truth and of really logic, and how many of us ended up falling for that because of the mode, method, and consistency of the messaging, right? And so anyway, if you have not yet figured out how to activate your third eye or turn on that part of yourself, maybe this is the door. Okay, I get it now. Maybe this is the door, because it says open the eye of your understanding. And I believe if you look, there's a few different references in scripture where it's I, not plural eyes. It's I. And these are the things that when I'm studying scripture, I'm like, wait, why would he say that? You know, open the eye of your understanding, I think is one of the things. Is one of them. And so anyway, okay, so now I'm understanding the nudge. So I felt like I should open the door in my house to let the air flow, and like the breath flow, you know, to allow the air to move through my home. Then I felt the nudge of like, you should open and like it was kind of like the same thing is true spiritually. We need to open the door to allow divinity to flow. Then the card that I don't even know if I can't remember if I opened these cards or if it was just sitting here, but I also had a message from somebody on one of my YouTube videos this morning that was saying, in reference to one of my other videos, the comment from a viewer was saying that like, I don't know if you use the word activated or like turned on, but it like, you know, it triggered his third eye when I was saying something. So anywho, there's that part. And then new dimension. Like, there are new dimensions available to us. And this, by the way, I wrote it singular, new dimension. So maybe you are about to, or you just have already, like accessed a new dimension. And maybe this video is a tool to be like, hey, if you don't understand concepts about third eye, then this is something that may be useful for you. And listen, people, if you are a divine child of the Most High, if you are on team light, love, truth, righteousness, you know, like not team wreckage, not team greed, not team, you know, it's all about me. Like, if you're on the team for like, let's all of humanity rise and experience heaven on earth, kingdom come, balance, justice, nobility, like, you know, majestic love, like real, you know, if that's your team, then you of all people need to have all of your instrumentation activated and and working and utilized, and you need to have your tool belt filled up with all of the things so that as you access new dimensions, you're able to actually perform as a divine one when you get there. So of course, the next level, remember how a minute ago I was like, I'm getting levels. Another level of this is healing. You gotta heal. You gotta heal the subconscious. You gotta heal what's underneath. You gotta heal those under layers, what's under the soil. One of the best analogies for this is like when I'm growing up and I'm watching my mom and she's digging out weeds, you know, and she would show me like, you can't just pull the green part off of the weed, off the top. Like, just pulling that off is not a solution. It reminds me of the parable where Yeshua, O'Shea, was like, something about, you know, you just wash the outside of the cup, but you're not washing the inside of the cup. Like, and how many of us know in the modern culture, to us is like, well, yeah, duh, because now we understand like germs, maybe not even germs, maybe more like rotten, you know, like if it was rotten meat or rotten milk, like spoiled on the inside of a vessel, like you don't just wash the outside so that it looks good, so that you look put together for appearances on the outside, but you need to actually clean out the inside, because if you keep drinking out of a vessel that has, or eating out of a vessel that has something like rotten in it, it'll make you sick. It'll continue making you sick. So that's whoosh, this is such a word, man. So that is the same as our subconscious. If you just pull the top off of a weed and you don't dig out the roots out of the ground, it's going to keep regrowing. That green top on the outside is literally like the last thing to grow. By that point, the weed has already taken root. It's already gotten itself all like established in the ground. And like the green part is just like, it's the last thing to show, if that makes sense. So same within our being. If you find yourself having fears or patterns or roadblocks like over and over again about something, the actual manifestation of the roadblock or the fear or the whatever on the outside of your life, when you encounter like, you know, human interactions that bring it out of you, or let's say like money, you know, money fears that bring it out of you, whatever it might be, that's the surface level issue pointing to the subconscious root system of a bigger, like it's a more established thing within yourself. And there's science. This is science, and it's also biblical. Like, so however you want me to like explain it, there's ways to prove. And by the way, sorry, sometimes I feel like I get on here and I get so passionate, I'm almost like lecturing, so let me bring it down. I apologize. I'm very passionate, and because I think that there's this righteous anger within me about a lot of the things that have been kept from us, or just like that. I'm like, I spent all that time in those pews and nobody's talking about the subconscious mind, or about like, you know, clearing your vessel, or the energy houses in your being, the chakras. Like, why are we not talking about that? And you know, and I just want to say, I don't believe that it's the intention of any modern day like women, I don't want to say any, but I don't think it's the intention of the majority of people who are holding spaces in those places, because they experience the same thing that, you know, a lot of us did, where when you experience the spirit, you're like, yes, and then you just assume that all of the truth is going to be conveyed, revealed, housed in this place. So anyway, I think that's why I get all amped up, because I'm like, listen, like this is so life-changing, and I had to go through many things to finally be like, all right, like, you're not telling the whole story here, and what is it, you know, because like I still clung to that truth that whom the sun sets free is free indeed. Like, so if you're preaching that and I believe it, then where's the freedom, yo? Like, why is everybody around here still sick? Why is everybody around here still broke? If to be free in this realm requires some things, I'm not, and if he said it's done, and if he went 14:14, by the way, caught my eye, if he went all the way through it, and if there was joy set before him that gave him the gumption to endure it, like, then on the other side of that, I will not be settling for anything less than the totality of freedom, of exceedingly, of abundantly, far above anything that I can ask, think, or imagine. And I'm a dreamer, so that's saying something. Anything. 1444. 1444. That's anything. If, okay? And like my that's rooted in this space of absolute love, devotion, affection, and appreciation and gratitude for the story, assuming the story is true, about what happened. And even if this, I believe the story is true, even if it was an example just for the purpose of exemplifying it for us, like, okay, so anyway, that's my righteous, like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, open your vessel to receive the divine flow, insight, light, love, breath. If you know about this, and if you don't know about this, oh, that's what else I was gonna say. Quasi Joe here has a video, and I think it's titled like, or like the card is like, once you know, you can never go back, or kind of something mysterious like that. But anyway, it is so funny because I have all these meditations saved. I have all these visualizations, sleep meditations, subliminals. I got all of it on different playlists. But when I have an issue that needs to be submitted to the divine realm, I go back to that Quasi's video. He does like 15 minutes of just explaining, talking, like the background, the foundation, explaining what it is. And then he has like a 3-minute little quick, tiny little meditation. Pretty much it's like a sample, but it is so effective. That's the one I go to when there's something that needs to be turned over, like to be turned over into God's hands, to the divine realm. And anyway, so a new dimension, you either just got here or you're headed here. Show up with your tool belt. Remember to forgive. Forgiveness is a great way to clear. Gratitude is a great way to fill you up and come with, some gumption, some belief, some truth of knowledge of truth, which allows for surrender. And heal. Pursue healing. Pursue that subconscious healing. And go to SeedSoilWater Spa, the sister channel to SeedSoilWater on YouTube, SeedSoilWater Spa. It's like an audio spa. So imagine yourself like you're going to the audio spa, just how people go to this, like the wow reference. We go to the spa to clean our outer vessel, but how often are we going to the audio spa to clean our inner vessel? Like the parable, you clean the outside of your cup, but what about the inside of your cup? The subconscious. We're all like worried about if our skin looks pretty and if our like nails look good, but are you clearing out the trauma that's being housed in your subconscious? And it doesn't even have to be experiences that you went through. It's not even your fault, you're innocent here. It's about, and not like as in you've done nothing wrong, but can we all just give ourselves a second to say, like, I never wanted to have malicious intent to anybody. Like, my intentions were always good, and maybe I was taught wrong, or I misunderstood, or I just straight up did it wrong, but like my intentions were good. So anyway, 1818, there are things that were passed to us through our lineage. There's memories are passed through DNA. Science shows that. Science has identified that. So it makes perfect sense that we're not only carrying our own thing, we're carrying the memories and the things in the cells that we've acquired through DNA. That doesn't mean it's hopeless though. That's the cool thing. It's not hopeless, it's hope-filled, because the hope of glory reveals to us that we can actually break generational curses, we're going to remove that shit out of our subconscious, and we can do it also on behalf of our children. So anywho, I am very much on the journey, and I'm honored and humbled and grateful to be here, and I know that this message is going to reach whoever it's meant for. Let's just see if any last message wants to pop out. And if not, we're gonna leave it here. This was such a fire word. Open the doors. Allow the spirit of understanding to come through. Allow yourself to be your divine self. Self-assurance. As I just said that, you can't make this stuff up. Allow your divine self to be your divine self here and now. You are being called into, you are being commissioned to shift. That one smeared, but you know. Ooh, calling forth the healed and the awakened. See, and you have backup. You have backup, you have backup. Water the seeds. Wow, water the seeds of the message that is written upon your heart. And it will lead to joyful happiness, pure happiness, and the fulfillment of gifts. Not only physical, you know, the 3D, but also fulfillment of your spiritual gifts. So remember that when you're going through the healing, and like, can we just talk about real quick how the healing is not always enjoyable or fun? Sometimes you got to go in. You got to go in and like clean up generations of mess. Things that you haven't had time to look at or think about for, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 years because you've been busy surviving. And that's real. That's real. So, but your divine team is here. The divine team is here. The beloved collective is cheering for you. And hallelujah. It's going to be amazing. So anyway, you have backup. You have backup, no matter what it looks like. All right, so I'm going to leave this here. Please leave a comment and tell me if this resonates. I know, here's the thing. Sometimes when I hear different creators say, like, leave a comment, tell me if this resonates, and then I'm like, I'm not going to say anything because everybody is like, it's for me, it's for me. But it really encourages me. So, and I want to hear what resonates and for you in your timeline, because it's a way that I can visualize on your behalf. So it's not just like, can you leave a comment so that it makes me feel better about myself? Because like, honestly, I've been being my divine self with no recognition or hand claps for a long time. So you better believe I'm going to be doing this either way. I'm following the spirit, and I'm going to do and be every level of myself that I am in every season, because I've been committed. Okay, so since I was a little girl. But now that I have the tools of visualization and I understand what quantum intercession, that's the word that he gave to me about it, quantum intercession. When you write down, like, so maybe this is the formula that you can leave it as your comment. Like, if you're seeing this and if you want the beloved collective to quantum intercede on your behalf, you can type out a vision, like a scene of who you're becoming, or like, and kind of like what the finished product looks like. Like I am so grateful now because the album is finished. We are about to have our launch party, and my divine masculine lover is there by my side, and we now experience divine love on a level that we didn't even know existed. It was exceedingly abundantly far above anything that we could have imagined in this realm. Something like that, you know, for you. And then as all of us in the collective come upon this video, think about it, for years to come, we can be celebrating with you from outside of a timeline, but from the divine quantum field. And we can be visualizing everybody's divine, new dimension, the new dimension setting in. So yeah, let's circle back to, we're opening the door to the divine flow to come through, which means surrendering in trust to the knowledge that it's going to be handled. Everything's going to be handled along the way. We are visualizing with the activation of our third eye knowledge, our third eye vision, and we are celebrating the shift for all of us. So this is exciting. I hope that people participate, because I will definitely come through and quantum intercede through visualization, celebration, and match up with you in thinking feelingly for that wish fulfilled that Neville Goddard talks about. So anyway, this is exciting times. It's August 2nd right now. Yesterday was like the shift, and right before that, just to share real talk, I went through the craziest low that I've ever had and I've been doing a lot of energy clearing, like trauma clearing, you know, healing work. And it's It's brutal, like, but it's also effective. So anyway, I need some chapstick. Okay, be blessed, be well, be free, and hang in there, go after it. Remember, you have purpose here, you have backup, and you're not alone. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.